Hey there everyone, this is Bob Martin, the RC Sub Guy here with your friends at the Nautilus Dry Docks, and I want to share with you another really cool project for an RC submarine you don't see every day. How about a steampunk submarine called PISCIS? So what we have before us here is the physical embodiment of the digital files created by a very talented artist by the name of Peter Pohl. Now, Peter Pohl is actually the same gentleman who did the files for a previous project that I did called the Argo Hippocamp, which was another exceptionally cool steampunk-esque submarine. This particular boat actually started its life as an airship, but the design lent itself so well to being an RC submarine that reached out, got in touch with Peter, and got permission to modify the files to use in an RC submarine. The great news is, now that that's all done, and with Peter's blessing, you can now purchase these STL files and build your very own steampunk scavenger submarine. So take a look on the 3D CAD section of my website for that. What we've got here is a 3D printed model. Now, unlike most 3D printed models, this one was actually done in high definition resin. And if you take a close look here, you can actually see the original color of the resin. It's translucent blue. So the good thing about that is we simply masked off all the windows, painted the boat, peeled the mask off, and now we had the opportunity to do some really incredible LED lighting for this. So if you can go back, you see a lot of really neat rivet details, panel details going on. Of course, the guarded windows with the mesh on there. One thing that Logan did an exceptionally good job on was painting out the boat and mounting this spinning, I don't know what it is, but at any rate, it is very free spinning and very, very cool. A lot of really unique linkages we installed on the boat. A giant 70 millimeter brass propeller pushes everything along. And one of the funnest details about this is this quasi, functional thruster in the keel, and Logan rigged this up so that that little chain actually does drive that thing. It's not hooked up to anything, but it looks exceptionally cool. As I mentioned, this is a fully functional RC submarine. To get access to the interior and see all the good bits, there's two things you need to do. You slide this little ram thing forward and slide this little switch thing forward. Now we just grab the upper hull, lift up, and we've got full access to the interior of the boat. Let's start at the top here so you can see LED lights all through the interior here, some flotation foam, power lead for the LED lights. And I think, well, yeah, you can actually see the light coming through, the bridge area there. I'll show you the LED lights here in a moment. But let's talk about the guts and gizmos that are inside this boat that make it work. Typically when I build an RC submarine, I'll put a cylinder inside that houses all of the expensive bits that don't like getting wet. This is a little bit of a different design methodology where waterproof components are made and the only dry compartment is right here for the receiver. So we're using waterproof servos, a brushless motor which doesn't mind getting wet at all. Now that runs through a 3-to-1 planetary gearbox in the back, and that's what drives that big prop. I got twin gas storage vessels for the gas ballast system. And then we've got this really cool spherical clear ballast tank, and you can see the vent for it right there and the servo underneath that drives the vent and the gas valve to blow ballast when you're looking to dive or surface. We've got a waterproofed 3200 milliamp hour lithium polymer battery, and then our forward servo there as well. One thing that we did, because waterproofing these balance chargers or balance ports on the lithium polymer battery is tricky, we came up with this mold, and we have a rubber cap that fits right over that balance port and keeps that completely waterproof. And then we use just a standard Dean's connector with a little grease, and that keeps everything nice and waterproof for the main power connection. Everything is powered by this, or controlled I should say, by this JR XB652 low frequency radio. I'm going to go ahead and just turn this on because I want to show you how this all works. So turning everything on is pretty simple. You just connect the power. There is no remote switch or anything like that. Just going to grab the power cables, connect them together. You can hear the audible confirmation from the brushless motor that it's receiving signal. And you can see some of the LED lights are lit up, illuminating those really cool portholes. Let's take a look at some of the functions here. We got our rudder, really good deflection, and it's located directly behind the prop, so it offers really exceptional turning performance. We've got our dive planes, and these are rigged together. Now the forward and stern dive planes are basically on a splitter, so they work in conjunction with each other. And you can see those working right there. We'll fire up our propeller. That's really cool. And then we've got our ballast system. You can see the vent working right there. And that's it. That is all the functions of this boat. Now the only thing that I didn't show you was the lighting. There we go. Now we've got all of the LED lights functional, and you can see all of them in action there. So lots of really neat lights and a lot of really cool locations. And then we've got a flashing LED on the back that just helps with a little bit of visibility of the boat, again, particularly at night. So this boat is a lot of fun to drive. The response to the dive planes and rudders is really, really good, and the ballast system is very quick to cycle as well. Being small, it's very maneuverable and a ton of fun. As you can see, works really well in the swimming pool. It's just a blast to drive and looks exceptionally unique. You do not see one of these out at the pond every day by any stretch of the imagination. Well, I hope you enjoyed this overview of this exceptionally unique steampunk styled submarine that we've called PISCIS. Again, originally designed by Peter Pohl, but willed into existence by your friends at the Nautilus Dry Docks. A big shout out to Logan, who did the vast majority of the cosmetic work and a lot of the engineering that went into this boat. So he did a great job. With that, if you'd have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you. You can drop those in the comments below, but if you want a response faster, please do email me, bob@nautilusdrydocks.com. With that, we are going to let you go. You guys have a great day, and we'll catch you next time.